If you could only be known for one message, one idea, one reputation, what would it be? In today's video, I'm going to help you clarify your core brand messaging with two game-changing tools: your brand promises and your slogan. I know how overwhelming it can be knowing what to advertise, how to communicate, what you should say on your marketing messaging. There's just so many things that you can do. And that's why simplifying down to these two elements, your brand promises and your slogan, can be the single most important thing you do for your business as a real estate agent. Your brand isn't just your logo, your business card, or your marketing. It's how people feel when they think about you. And if you don't define what you want to be known for and to be able to communicate it in an effective way, clients will define it for you, or worse, they'll forget about you entirely, or your messaging will just fall short and they won't even hear it at all. So this is your opportunity to be intentional now and to follow the steps I'm going to go over with you. So if you think of it, if you listen back to my last two videos, we did one on figuring out your unique strength, and then we did another one that talked about figuring out who your core clients are. And so if you take the two of them and you write down your unique strength in one circle, so that's in one circle, and then you have another circle that's overlapping with your core client's passion point. So what's important to your client? Now, there's going to be a middle section that's the overlap, and that's where your core brand messaging is going to be speaking to. So it's going to be the overlap section of your unique strength and what is important to the core client, that one core client that we defined in our past message that we're going to be speaking to, your core brand messaging. And in that is your three brand promises and your slogan. So your brand messaging should live at the intersection of these two things. So what you're passionate about, so what your unique strength is, so what you're passionate about, and what your core client deeply values. So this ensures that every promise and message that you communicate hits the heart of what your ideal client really wants, and it reinforces what you do the best at as well. So what's a brand promise? So a brand promise is a clear, specific commitment that you give to your clients that they can count on each and every time they work with you. So a brand promise should be client-facing, so it should be highly valuable to the client. It should be memorable. It should be simple. It should be short enough for them to remember. It should be emotionally relevant and should be backed with consistent action. So, for example, Faris team, we have three brand promises. First is professional, loving realtors. That's why you always see me in a jacket. Exceptional marketing is something that we figured out is very important to our clients. And then best experience, that's our third brand promises. And so behind the scenes, we are highly focused on bringing these to life with clear actionables. So for professionalism, professional loving realtors, we train our team for weeks before we even get them in front of clients. We have a full Faris Academy that we built out, and we only bring on 1.5% of the agents who apply to be on our team, because professionalism and picking the best out there is really important. And so building all this is a way that we bring that first brand promise to life. So think about a brand promise as being an iceberg. So an iceberg, majority of what you see is like whatever you see above the water is only a small fraction of what's underneath. And so what's underneath a brand promise or under the water are all the activities that you're doing behind the scenes. Like, say, if exceptional marketing is a brand promise, for us, we have overnight editors to be able to get our feature books delivered to the house overnight, the day after the photos and video are taken, so we can deliver on that exceptional marketing brand promise. So ask yourself, what do you do better than most agents? What do my best clients value the most, so your core client? And then what promises could I confidently deliver on each and every time? So ideally, you pick three core values not more than 3 for sure. So not 5 or 10, just 3 brand promises that you will be known for. Create your slogan. This is where it all comes together. So your slogan is the tip of the spear in your brand messaging. So it's the phrase that you want to own in your market. It should be tied into your unique strength and resonate with your core client and summarize your service in a way that's easy for your core client to remember. So let's look at some examples of what some big companies have done in the past. So Nike is just do it. Apple, think different. Disney, the happiest place on earth. Volvo is safety. And Faris team, for us, it's full out for you. That's your slogan. And so your slogan doesn't have to say everything about you. It just needs to say the right thing that connects with your core client. It can reflect on who you want to be and how you do the thing as well. So here are some examples that are just kind of off the cuff. So precision meets passion could be one, or stress-free moves start here, or driven by results, fueled by heart. So it could be whatever yours come up with. It takes some time to be able to break that down and for you to be able to have your message succinctly brought down that represents your 3 core values in a way that reflects what your unique strength is and that highly resonates with your core client that you are marketing to. Just a reminder that clients are more likely to remember you by a short sentence than by this long drafted pitch. So people, they only have a certain amount of, we'll say, attention span. And so it's got to be short enough that people can remember. And so it also applies, like, think of this. When we pass away, people will only remember us by a sentence in general. So, John, he loved a lot of people. That's in a sentence. That's how we're going to be remembered by. And so you are being defined by a sentence when clients are speaking about you. And so it's important to be very intentional in what that sentence is going to be. And so it could be one word, it could be a handful of words, but you don't want it to be too long because people will not remember it the same way. And you want to be able to give them a tool to be able to communicate that when they're referring to their friends and family. So what do you want people to say about you when your name comes up, when they're talking about you? And that's going to be your slogan. So remember, your slogan is memorable. It's so it emotionally connects with the client. It's simple and it's repeatable. And it ties together your brand promises, your unique strength, and then it resonates at a deep level with your core client. So here's the brand messaging framework. You have your 3 brand promises that clients can count on. You have your 1 slogan that sums it all up. And then once you have this in place, everything becomes easier when you're marketing. So your marketing messaging becomes very simple. You're going to have your brand promises and you're going to have your slogan. So social posts, presentations, they all flow from this one core brand message. And so the beauty of that is because it's so loud out there, there's thousands and thousands of messages that clients and prospects are being bombarded with. If you can summarize and get very potent on what your message is and you're consistent with that, there's a higher probability that's going to, we'll say, get through to the client and then anchor in on them where they're going to remember that about you. So do me a favor, guys, drop your slogan and your brand promises in the comments below. I'm really excited to be able to see them. Thanks for listening, guys. My mission is to help you become a pro, and together we can elevate the entire real estate industry. If you like the show, please share and subscribe to the channel. I love you guys, and keep going full out.